28. Thanks for joining us. I've got my co-host Juice,
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Rob Bear, and Kenny Boucher.
Yep, guys.
What's up, everyone?
Here is Bane and Batman put together.
That's right. It's nighttime, Kenny.
It is. I wanted a dramatic reveal.
The funny part is, you have your lights off in there. My lights are actually off in my room right now, and you can still see me.
I don't even know how to, like, your skin is transparent.
I got nothing. I don't know how to explain this.
Good times. Well, let's just jump right into it. Y'all played in a 5-round tournament this weekend and did pretty well.
Yeah, Forge the Narrative showed up pretty hard. We got multiple Best Painted Armies, nicest players ever award.
Nicest players?
Most bestest players.
The most nicest, bestest player went to Rob Bear. We won all the armies, and I was able to take home first place with the NIDS.
Good old Juice.
Yep.
That's impressive, man.
You know. Honestly, it's not like.
Okay.
If you see how powerful the NIDS are right now, it was like, honestly, without insulting any of his opponents, it was easy wins. He had strong competition. There was no slackers.
Mm-hmm.
His list was so powerful. Like, it wasn't even, like, to me, it wasn't even a question, man. Like, it was like Tyranids in 7th edition, when multiple CADs are being allowed, are a powerhouse army. There's no bad matchup. They just have dominant. Like,
there's no way that you can say that they're not, that the build. Now, I can't say that every NID list, you know what I mean, but my current configuration of NID list is not a #1 top tier army. Like, it can't, you know what I mean? Like, there is no, like you just said, no bad matchups. If you have 4 Grey Knight Storm Ravens, then there's a potential for some frustration, you know, but I mean, it's really happy with them.
If they have 4 Storm Ravens, you're likely to table them before they come in, though.
Yes. That would be nice.
It would be the easiest win, actually.
Yep.
Well, you still built a list to hang within the environment that the tournament was run.
Yep.
And it did what you were expecting it to do. So, congrats, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
You should you should break that list down, though, for everyone.
Yep. I did post it up on the Facebook page, Forge the Narrative. But so just to run it down real quick, it consists of, it's double CAD. So that means I'm running a total of 4 Winged Hive Tyrants with Twin Link Devourers and Electric Shock Grubs. That is the Strength 5, AP 5 Haywire Flame template. Then I'm running in my Elite slot. I'm having a single Venom Thrope and my Venom Thrope Sky Shield Landing Pad combo. Then I also have a total of 50 Termagants, 2 10-man squads, a 50-man squad, a 30-man squad, and a Venom Throw, Turbogon. The Turbogon has got some upgrades in it because I kind of had little awkward points there, so I gave it the Electroshock Grubs, which is the Flame template as well, and Crushing Claws. So that way it could kind of repel some stuff since I was flying all forward. Then it also has 2 Hive Crones. So it's got Haywire everywhere. It basically picked up 5 Night Titans. I had to play that as well. It was a tough matchup. Picked all them up. It picked up Centurion Stars. I played against Kron Air, or as Nicolas Cage, starring in Kron Air. And Nurgle Demon Princes hopping around with 2-0 cover saves. That's a solid list.
Sauntering around, you mean?
Yes.
Sauntering. We got these proper
technical.
Yeah. Man, again, I can't say congrats enough. The event ran Forge Narrative style missions. They changed them up for their event themselves, which we encourage all tournament organizers to do. Whatever fits whatever environment, that's something that you want to run. But it was nice to see that they pay attention and see what we're doing. And I'm glad you guys did well.
No doubt.
Yeah, great fun was had by all.
Getting some what's ups out there.
Yep.
If you want to do a rundown real quick.
Yep, I got it. Chris Gardner, Sean Bailey, our boy Will Tripp, Ash, Solo Falcon,
Helldrake Hater.
Oh, there it is.
Brian
I
Newton.
wonder. I was like, who is that? Oh, Brian. What's up, dog? Danny. We have quite a few other viewers that we see that have tuned in, but you guys haven't hit us up. So, we can't do it without you. So just give us a shout out. Let us know who you are.
Well, we got a
And if you
couple
got any
questions and emails I want to shout out before we get going with the Q&A and stuff. Got a question, just about a general rulebook question, is about fortification and objective placements. It says you place fortifications after you place objectives. This is what he says, I think. If you place your sky shield over an objective, do you move the objective on top of the sky shield? The rules mention you would place the objective on top of your building, but a sky shield is not categorized as a building. So by just the rule book, what do you guys think? We've addressed this in the way we handle things, is saying that objectives have infinite height and depth, so it doesn't really matter. You just where you put it there is like the benefit,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like our scoring protocol mentions that they have infinite depth and height, so it's a moot point if you're playing with our tournament pack. But I believe that you're right. I think rules is written, it does not go on top of the sky shield.
Yeah, it'd be under it. Here's the next. There's several parts to this question. So if you have it, or it's actually a different question. But if you have 20 strong unit sister battle with Jacobus in it, he's the warlord, giving them all a 5++. He would like to put an allied psyker of some sort in the squad to use sanctuary during the game. Basically, what psyker would we suggest? Would it be more efficient to use a Grey Knight, Grandmaster, or a Grey Knight Librarian, or Kodiaz? Man, I say Kodiaz all the time. If like
Cody,
even an option.
Cody is just the best level 2 psyker money can buy.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. A Grey Knight Librarian getting up to level 3 is not bad, but I think all the value you get packed in a Kodiaz is really good. Like if you've got 20, let's say somebody deep strikes next to you, 20 rapid firing bolters, basically given to them the ability by Kodiaz is pretty strong, and they're going to kill something unless it's immune to bolter fire. But like a bunch of Terminators coming down or something, even demons coming down, that could be bold.
But here's something though. Like he said that he gets 5+ invulnerables on him. Like, wouldn't it be pertinent to try to get sanctuary all over them?
Well, that's what he wants. That's why he wants the Librarian, to get the 4+.
Well, the best. I mean, Tigurius is virtually assured of getting it.
That is true. That's a good point. If you took a Librarian in the above unit and he attempted to deny the Witch, would he get the benefits of the unit's Adamantium Will?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as one model in the unit has it. That's how it's phrased.
Yep. So the answer to your question is the objective probably wouldn't be moved. Go with Tigurius or Kodiaz, both high-value units, like game value units.
But here's another thing, like Kodiaz, and something you just mentioned. Kodiaz has that we've been expecting you rule.
Yeah.
You stick him in any unit with 20 people in it, that is good.
Yeah. It becomes,
you know what I mean?
Way better, with the
yeah, you go against drop pods, every little 5-man squad of drop pods that drop in near you has to take 40 rapid fire bolter shots.
Yeah, pretty good.
You know what I mean? Legion of the Dam is really popular now. They can't even get within 12 inches of you if they don't want to get blown off the table.
That's a solid point.
Yep. So then a Librarian would get the Adamantium Will benefits, so I hope that answers the questions pretty well.
Yeah, and if you put Tigurius in there, he's level 3, so you're basically shutting people down on a 3-up in that combo.
That's pretty good. You got kind of a homemade little mini, I don't want to say Death Star, but you could definitely get moving around the table.
You can definitely piss some people off with it.
Get some work done. Troy would like to know, as a nerd bodybuilder, what are you doing for your workouts nowadays, Kenny?
I drink a lot. Okay, real quick. So this is a beer belly. It lowers your center of gravity. So that's basically Juice does all the bench presses. Juice does all the lat pulls downs. He does all the bench presses.
What?
What? I drink beer.
I stretch for both of them, and then they do the workouts.
This is not weird at all.
No.
No.
And Kenny definitely put his hands down my pants this weekend. Just saying.
Oh my goodness.
I just want you to know, Kenny almost broke your arm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look, I still got those bruises.
Look, I said I was sorry.
Those bruises.
Yeah. Your skin is transparent. No one can see the bruises.
No, they're there. You can see them. They're like right there. Look at that flex.
That was an accident.
So, Everybody, Lou from New Mexico just hit me up. Hit me with a text. Two things pointed of note here. He is watching this via his iPad.
Uh-oh.
And I just asked, I was like, yo, how are you watching this iPad? Like, a lot of people want to know. He's like, he's sending it from his iPhone. So I don't know. Literally, I don't know what that means. I talk to people through string and cans, all right? The larger the can, the number 10 can that you get with like beans, I can hear you really well out of that. I don't know anything else. So that's literally what
the coffee cans.
Yes, that's my speakerphone. But so Lou wanted to know real quick, what is the biggest? How is the environment different compared from ATC team tournament and the Adepticon team tournament?
That's huge. Adepticon team tournament, you're basically playing a split list. You're playing 1,000 points that together each they make up a 2,000 point list. At the ATC, you're playing your own individual list, basically in a single competition game to earn points towards your overall team score. Very similar. That part is similar to Adepticon, where you're playing doubles with one list broken down. You're basically you're never playing with more than one force organization chart. Or whatever that was. I don't even know what it's going to be now, but
I've got a good analogy. You just when you said doubles, they're both team sports in the way that wrestling is a team sport and doubles tennis is a team sport. You're both a team, but one of them is based on individual performance, cumulative. One is based on what you do together.
Great analogy.
Yep, that's all accurate. We'll say what's up to Justin. I have a very special thing to unveil pretty soon, courtesy of Justin. I don't want to spoil it, but it rhymes with Ogren Launcher.
Yeah, True.
You didn't even come up with something else.
Let's just say very special. I don't want to give it away, but
it's
going to be awesome. Somebody's pointing out, Dale actually got on, he's the one that ran the tournament at Atomic Empire, saying that how much Maelstrom of War missions, as the book gives them to us, not awesome for tournaments.
Well, it depends on which one you run, I think.
I don't think it depends on which one you run. I mean, I'll let you get your point out, but I don't think so. I think that as the book presents them, it still gives us lopsided battles to where it's not equal footing for both participants, because of the randomness of it. But go ahead, Rob. What were you going to say?
Well, I can see your point, but I think there is less less randomness, if the one where you can score what your opponent draws, like when I played Juice last round and we played Maelstrom of War, like I'll just see what I get next pull and I'll get some objectives and I'll close the gap a little bit, whatever. And then I pulled like garbage, and I was like, uh-oh. And then Juice went up like 3 more points, and I got 0 again because he was scoring the stuff that I was pulling. And at the end of his turn,
that argument you're making actually is an anti-argument. That is the one mission that's more balanced than the other ones. The fact that we both share the X steal the loot card actually is a balancing factor. Because if you only roll good on...
Only if I draw those objectives. Only if we draw the same amount of objectives.
If you flip bad and he flips good. But one of the things... But you can share active loot counters. How is that not a balance?
Right, but what if he draws 3, and then he scores all of his? I draw 0. I don't get any. He draws 3 more. He scores all of his.
I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. Maelstrom missions are garbage in competitive play. In my opinion, but here's something that was recently an argument that Chandler, the organizer of Feast of Blades, made to me, and I told you guys right before we started. Like we don't as a crew really advocate things that put too much more luck in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and you're right. Like that mission, I also didn't like that mission when we played it. But what Chandler told me was that there's already a lot of things in this game that have luck. Tons. We roll all this dice, we do all these things. You roll dice, I roll dice. He's like, is Maelstrom of War, isn't it just like diversifying the luck? Like one more factor of luck that you can interject, like to spread it all out, like where the bad rolls. Like you can roll really well over here, but as long as your opponent flips a good card, he can mitigate your rolls. But no. Word. My counter argument to that was, by diversifying the luck, you also diversify the feel badsies. Because all those things are what people hate. Like, when you roll a bunch of ones, that makes you feel bad. But like, you just add one more thing that people control about, that people can be sad about.
Yep.
And he heard me on that, and he was like, you know what? I never thought about it like that. He's a money manager, so he was like, he diversified. And I was like, but you also diversify feel badsies. And then he hit me with this. He was like, is that a technical term? I was like, Forge narrative, man. That's one of our.
That's all we do.
I used to say.
So real quick, I just want to make sure, hey Dale, you did a great job running the tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I also want to commend Dale on trying some Maelstrom missions, trying some different formats, making some calls, anything else like that, but realizing like, yo, it's early in 7th edition. People have got to try. That's exactly what we're trying with Forge Narrative. You have got to try the whole thing, get some data, and then see what happens in a couple months. Nobody can know. Like, we all agreed probably before, Maelstrom missions don't belong. But you want to know what? Try it. It has been proven they don't belong.
Now, with that said, though, the 5th mission is up in our tournament pack, our mission pack.
But it's not exactly a Maelstrom.
It is a Maelstrom of War-like experience, more tailored for tournament play.
Correct.
So if you're digging on it in your pickup games, try this on the competitive side, and it might scratch that itch for you.
No doubt. So Aaron here has a question. Want to know about the tournament that we just played in. Want to know if Imperial Knights was a thing. Are you seeing them as allies? Yes. There were Imperial Knights. A lot of them. There's two.
Knights are here to stay, man. Like, now that we are not demonized, they're a good army, man. You know what I mean? Like, they're good spoiler list. They're going to win some events, but I think if you have more than 30 people and a couple of really solid players, I think they're going to spoil people, but I don't think they're ever going to win a real big event.
I think that's a great point. I think that 5 Knight Titan lists, so there wasn't just 5 Knight Titan lists. There was multiple lists that had one thrown in there. They were allied in here, there, Grey Knights, IG.
Either 1 or 5. I think the majority of them was just 1 or 5.
That's a good point. But I do agree with Kenny. I think that you will win the majority of your games, but I think in a 5-round GT that when the super hard matchups start coming up, I don't think that the 5 Knight Titans can do it.
I agree. I think that there are going to be too many things that prevent the Knights from actually winning out 5 games, but that special character Knight, I do like him, and I cannot wait to use him. And if I can find like the perfect list combination to stick him in, I'm looking forward to doing that. I try at least once a week to try to figure out a good list for that.
I like him. I agree with you on that, man. I love that guy.
So, Paul, this one goes out to you. Danny here wants to know about, have we seen the new sexiest new Space Wolf, Venerable Dread?
Oh, you mean the Murder Fang with the murder lust and the murder claws and all the rest of Barbie's murder accessories?
Yes, don't forget the murder hair.
The murder.
Yeah, I was like, he has a murder hair too.
What was it? The murder Winnebago, the murder Corvette.
Oh my God, you guys are so ridiculous. I didn't even think of all that. I was like, man, Murder Fang, that's a cool name.
They're getting the Blood Angel treatment where everything's blood this, blood that,
But yeah, it's all been Frost and Wolf. When did they get murder? I didn't realize there were a bunch of. I didn't realize there were a bunch of criminals.
They are the Emperor's executioners.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a little foreshadowing that Space Wolves isn't about to win the next big GT. Literally murder face everybody.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can't.
Bjorn did not get enough of an update. I think the one holding the Storm Shield looks goofy. I do like Murder Fang, but unfortunately those ice claws are just a little bit too cartoony for me. So I think Bjorn looks fine. He looks good, but he doesn't look too much like different than the older figure. And I know they make all the same kit or whatever. The one with the axe and the Storm Shield, in my opinion, looks goofy. That's just me. Maybe with a different kit bashing, he'll look amazing. Which that's probably what we've seen, in my opinion, is that we're getting like on the box art is fairly basic. I think to seem more approachable.
Yeah, generally what's spoiled looks isn't the full picture. Like until you get the actual better look at the actual box set and the White Dwarf, then you're like, Why didn't they go with that?
Well,
You know?
my opinion is that the box sets, even like remember like the Helldrake and the Mauler Fiend and all that kind of stuff, the paint jobs on those things are fairly basic. You don't start seeing those models shine until they get in the hands of a pro painter like Next Level Painting, and then you get to see that whole model just kind of come to life.
Whoa! Don't you forget Bailey Tabletop.
I've rest my case.
So yes, the kit's going to be cool. It's going to have amazing bits. I do not like really I'm not in love with what we've seen from it so far. What do you guys think?
I like colored pictures, and I love all the new Space Wolf stuff that's looking.
Yeah, me too. I like the move toward more hero scale models. It's been happening for a while. I'm okay with it.
I want the Stormfang.
I just can't wait for the Stormfang. It can fit 16 models. I'm trying to figure out what 8 independent characters in Terminator armor I'm going to put in there.
Can you put Centurions in that thing? Juice and I were talking earlier today.
Not unless you can take them in a Space Wolf book, because you can only attach special characters, right?
No, Battle Brothers can share transports, Doug.
They can share transports. They just can't start the game in a dedicated transport, which the Stormfang is not. So I'm thinking ready for takeoff, Centurions inside a Stormfang, basically get up and rock people's faces.
But they would have to. They'd have to embark, right? And then.
No.
You're
supposed to be our robot guy.
I mostly know stuff and other things well.
So speaking of rules questions, I'm actually ahead. If you guys can't answer it, I have the Space Marine book. I figured RB can get the rule book. Ash here is wanting to know about an Imperial Fist Devastator squad behind Aegis defense line with the quad gun. The sergeant of the Dev squad, can he use his signum to give the model manning the quad gun ballistic skill 5 or +1 to his ballistic skill? Then have the quad gun benefit from the tank hunter special rule?
Yes.
Wait, you lost me on the tank hunter. Who's got that?
Imperial Fist Devastator squads.
Right. Yep.
Absolutely. No, you can do anything with that stupid quad gun. Fast shot, ignore cover, crack shot, whatever.
It's very important.
You put a Fire Dragon Exarch on that thing?
Yeah.
What?
It picks up all the rules from whoever's firing it. Like, what's the sergeant name? Telium or what
Telion.
He can precision shot people with the quad gun or the laser.
That's good. So I'd like to blow your guys' mind. It actually happened to us at ATC. Necrotic Strike from
Scarabs.
Scarabs
manning that thing. Yep.
Manning it, straight up stripped Storm Raven's whole points all the way down to like 10.
That was not me, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yep.
I mean, that's some innovative thinking.
I mean, they are twin link. They do hit on 5s, whatever.
Johnny, real quick, Johnny Walken, 30 lone wolves and unbound list. What would you kit him out with? Storm Shield, 2 Fenrisian wolves, and the Chain Fist if we're going unbound.
On everybody, yeah.
But they also could take Fenrisian wolves, so take 2 Fenrisian wolves each.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, my gosh.
Chain Fist, yeah.
Take up the table.
That's what I would do.
Yep, I agree.
I would literally play that right now.
That's 1,500 points. It's going to Feast
Logan's asking if we run up against any serious Astra Militarum list yet.
Oh, yes.
Anything with 4 or more Wyverns, I would consider a serious list.
Yeah, that's pretty rough for like 50 to 100 dudes. Somehow fearless.
It's not even hard to get him fearless. A 25-point priest makes him fearless.
But I mean, it's an auto include, like almost, right?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying it's not even hard to do. You just you just buy it right out of the codex.
But Jeff, you can get silly and get Azrael or something in there. Get your War of Invul too.
The orders are really strong especially with things like the ignore cover because that gets past the jink.
So I got an interesting piece here on that dedicated transport thing.
It's not a dedicated transport.
I don't have a else to contribute to the conversation.
We covered this.
It is not a dedicated transport.
Yep.
So Danny's chiming in and saying Bjorn looks like a clown man. Axeman is where it's at, dog.
Axeman does not look. He's a bigger clown than Bjorn. He's got his little bitty wolf head, and he's
there has to be alternate heads, man. There has to be. That thing, I don't know. I don't know.
He's also later say, is it viable to play a Dread with a 3++? Like, first off, I wish all my Dreadnoughts could have 3++s.
Yeah. I mean, that would be nice, but you got to come with the shame of getting laughed at by the other dreadnoughts because you're sitting there with your little derpy face.
The maddest clown face ever.
Right.
Ooh, Evan S. from wants to play-by-play juice on how to take down knights.
Oh. Hit me up in a personal message. If not, we can talk about it right now. You
What?
literally with
Haywire, the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flame Template Haywire, hit them from all different angles. The Nids have the ability to threaten a Night Titan on 3 different sides, and you just watch your opponent like, I don't know what side to pick.
Plus the chrome too, like the chrome's the vector strike, right?
Yep, on the side armor.
Yeah.
So
Random side too.
Yep, Night Titans, no problem.
They have to set their shield at the start of the shooting phase, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So then you can even if you can even scoop, you can do that thing where you scoop by their side, or you get around to their back after they set the shield. You're like, oh, okay, well let me jink around here, using that one psychic power.
Yeah, one onslaught and you can get around most.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever your sides are.
it's really good.
It is. Lamont's asking if he got a Baneblade, given his gift, which is awesome. What variant of Baneblade do we suggest making?
Stormlord.
Is there one that has murder in the name? Because that's all I can think about right
The
now.
Murder Blade.
The Murder Blade.
I like the Blood Angel one.
Murder Bane.
Murderbane Death Hammer.
It has like multiple assault cannons, multi-meltas on the sides. I don't know. It's at our local hobby shop at Hit Point Hobbies there, and it's pretty BA looking.
Is that an actual one though? I mean, I know you can take.
Are you talking about the Ares that like one, the Land Raider one?
Not the land. No, this is a Baneblade we're talking about.
No, yeah, Baneblade.
I don't remember there being one of those.
I don't either.
It might be secondhand. I don't know.
It's
Are we talking about the
cool.
Murder Bane, or are we talking about the what are we talking about here?
I don't know, but it sounds dope.
A Blood Angel variant that.
It's the BA version. You mean the one that's dope and does dope things?
Yes,
of course.
That does not exist.
He said BA isn't badass. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like the one that gets the strength 10, ignore cover, big blast, the apocalyptic blast. I believe that's called.
Man, that ain't nothing. Straight 10 ignore cover, apocalyptic blast.
Yep.
Get on my level. Get on my level. I want the one with heavy bolters.
You can put heavy bolsters on this thing.
Why take a heavy when you can have 20 shots with strength 6 or strength 7 AP3?
Sound like a tryhard.
Good advice.
Yeah, the Storm Sword is what I like the most because you can still kit it out with the sponsors, and it has the Apocalyptic Blast, Strength 10, AP1, Ignore Cover. You could put Heavy Flamers on that if that tickles you a little bit. I also like the one that has the big transport capacity. You can transport like 40 models. Which one is that? That is the Storm
That's the
Lord.
Stormlord. Yeah.
Because the units inside can fire at different targets. So you can load up units inside of it, and then I'll be blasting out other things.
I think there's a limit to that, though. I think it carries
20
X amount.
models.
Yeah.
20 models can fire from the
Oh no!
And it just says 20 models, so you could have up to 40 models in it. And I don't know how many squads you can put in.
That sounds like 20 heavy weapons teams to me.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. That's what you do, and you fire at all different targets.
You're like, and you get a last cannon, you get a last cannon, you, and you.
Yo, so Justin Troop is I've been feeling kind of bad because Justin Troop's been hitting me up all week and hitting us up all week and talking about Feast of Blade playtesting and everything, and we've been so busy this week and haven't been able to get to him and check his list out too hard. But he did mention, with 1,500 points being, for the Feast of Blades Invitational, do you think MSU is going to be stronger than the traditional Beefsteak build lists? 1,500 points obviously is unique. MSU is going to be very powerful. Obviously, Demon Summoning is going to be probably one of the best things ever. But yeah, MSU going to be super strong.
Definitely. MSU seems to be pretty. It's hard to deal with all that stuff sometimes. I also think we were talking, I think last week or the week before on the podcast about that Grey Knight build where you can summon demons off that too. That's pretty neat. behind the Aegis line.
Yeah, Feast of Blades is gonna be a good time, man. Like, check it out. 1,500 points. I mean, it's like I just talked to Chandler for like an hour today. Like I was telling everyone, like, get really excited about Feast of Blades. There's a chance that they might run some Forge Narrative mission packets. We always go. We try to always go. That's how I phrase that.
So hit Chandler and demand that he run our missions.
Yes, hit up Chandler. Universally, go to Feast. It's Feast of Blades at gmail.com. Actually, is the Feast of Blades email. Hit him up. Hit him up to petition him to run Forge Narrative mission packets. He is already pretty much our best friend ever. So he's great.
He's a super friend of the show, and we support his events for sure.
Yes.
Chris is bringing up a good point, saying that Blood and Skulls Industries makes a bunch of conversion parts for these super heavy.
Oh yeah, actually,
and that stuff. I mean, that I've lusted after those original Angel Baneblade variants he made for a long time. Those things are.
Awesome. I think that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I think the Baneblade that is there, I think it is fully tricked out. Like, this is what you had, this is what you can get, and this is what it would look like if you put all the pieces together.
Does the turret look like this?
Let's check. Let me.
Does it look like this?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Fellblade conversion, because I got the glaive from Forge World, and I got this upgrade kit to make it into the actual Fellblade itself, because I'm not spending another $200 on the tank. But yeah, their stuff's dope. I mean, the detail on this, and he does all this by hand and like recasts it, and then just like makes a bunch of them. It's crazy. Like
he actually makes those by hand. He doesn't recast them.
Hit up his eBay store. I think it's what he's got. He's got some alternative kind of tank threads. like if you want to put if you want to do up your Horus Heresy tanks with different tank treads that don't have the Imperial Eagle on them, he is your man. So stuff's
they
good.
got chaos ones and all sorts of stuff. He's really got a lot of good ideas. I dig his stuff.
Hey, Stone Steve, the Hellhammer, I mean, yeah, it's got that template that ignores cover, but the one I'm talking about is the Apocalyptic Blast Strength 10 AP1 ignore cover. It is nice. Baller. I literally came, I was using a Depicon, I came, one astronomical round of dice away from winning the Gladiator with that thing 1 year.
Awesome. I guess BC just won a qualifier to the Feast of Blades Invitational. Great job, BC.
Nice.
Good job.
Awesome. Hope you go. Yep.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Ash. There has been a lot of comments about what mated with what to make that new Stormfang, but I still like it's grown on me. I like it.
I cannot wait to get ours in this weekend, just so basically I can put one together and fly it around and make pew pew laser and machine gun noises.
Oh, word! Everybody, hold the press. Wait a second. Robert just let us know that Forge World is coming out with a new model. It's called the Murder Fix.
The Murder Fix with murder talons.
Yes. FAQ coming out soon.
Murder grub.
Murder glands.
Murder breath.
So much wow.
Yeah. Brian's asking, are Khorne Berserkers dead right now? They don't
have murder in their name.
Yet. Unfortunately, they just don't cut it. That weapon skill 5 is good, but I don't know. Maybe against orcs, like if you got the Green Tide, maybe those AP axes.
If you were trying to play a Chaos Space Marine, if you're trying to play Chaos Space Marines, and you don't want to play zombies, and you want to play Power Armor, they are relatively economically pointed for all the fearless cults that can actually do something, especially since their banner lets you reroll charge distance. That is the only scenario. If like you were dead set on having Power Armor, that is like the only situation I can think of. But just run Typhus and 100 zombies.
Well, how many? You can put 20 of them in a squad, right?
Yeah. No, wait. Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. My first thought process was like, man, I don't know what 20 in a squad looks like, but
but the problem is though, is like 20 Noise Marines with the Feel No Pain banner is way better.
Well, what's the point for point though? Yes, I agree with you. Way better. Like I would rather, like if I just had to pick 20 of that or 20 of this, I would go with the Noise Marines. But like, what's the point value of a well-equipped Slanesh squad versus equipped?
I will have that information. I'll have that information for you within, I want to say, 3 minutes.
Okay, the answer is still yes. They are dead. Don't pick them. But like, if you want to play with them, we'll figure out a way to help you.
This is how you play with them. Pre-plan your games. Make sure that you only play against people that have 100 models.
It's so funny. I load up Army Builder. It's already pre-selected on Chaos Space Marines.
Good. Steve said the last 2 local events have been Forged Narrative Style. So they did a 1,500 point, and then last week, and then a 2K because they have some guys prepping for the seasonal tournament. Man, that's awesome. I mean, let us know when that happens. I mean, I can't promise that us pitching the tournament will get more folks there, but we'll at least get the word out that maybe somebody in that area within driving distance may show up.
Speaking of the Forge Narrative seasonal tournament, it's coming up next Saturday and Sunday. Oh, and I found out big news. I forgot to tell you guys. The bar next door, Diamond Billiards of Virginia. If you guys want to look it up and see how awesome that place is, we are good to go on the outdoor beer garden till like basically midnight or whatever. So that's gonna be dope. After the first round or after the first day of the event, we can go out, get some beers out in front of the store. There's actually going to be an outdoor beer garden. They're playing cornhole for most of the day, but by the time we get out there after our event, it'll be all cleared out. And,
yeah, Kenny and I will have won that already. But I did want to. I just wanted to chime in real quick. It is 2 weekends away. Nobody show up to FTW wanting to play on Saturday for the summer.
Oh yeah, don't do that. I'm ahead of myself.
Games or trophies will not be there yet. Or please show up, but just you will not win any trophies.
No.
So I have the info. It is worse than we thought.
Okay.
20 Corn Berserkers. 20 Corn Berserkers with the reroll the charge distant banner and a champion equipped with a power fist is 430 points.
Oof.
That's a lot of guys. That's a lot of guys, though. All right.
A lot of power armor.
20 Noise Marines, all with sonic blasters, which are salvo ignore cover weapons. With the Feel No Pain batter, is 7 more points.
Man.
The defense rests.
You're witness.
Berserkers are way dead.
Unfortunate, but true.
That's sad.
I got 20.
That's some sad numbers.
Sonic Blaster Noise Marines sitting on the shelf, just ready to be painted.
They're good.
Well, they're okay.
Well, with Deception or like Infiltrate, Warlord trait, you can put those in a good position to really just start picking on people with them, especially against Horde. All these orcs with all this like taking all their cover saves away and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
All right.
Chris Morgan, sorry, Juice, you have a question? Or
yeah, I was just gonna hit one. Sorry about that. I was TPM's cousin Mark Murphy just signed in and wanted to know, had an idea for us, and wanted to know if we could do something like a monthly Codex power ranking, like ESPN does football teams and whatnot. That sounds like an amazing idea.
We could all vote. We could vote for our top 10, and then we could go.
Top 10's too much. Top 3 is probably where it's at.
Ooh, maybe like the month before a large tournament or something like that, what we predict will be in the top?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We got to get to that, and we need to start really putting effort into our baller on a budget now that 7's kind of stabilized a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The baller on a budget is not to play 5 Night Titan lists. You cannot budgetly play that list.
You cannot do that. But all those Daka dreads for dust those things off.
Get your assault on Black Reach dreadnoughts with your autocannons.
Yeah, take your autocannons apart from your Aegis line because you don't have to fight flyers anymore.
Hey, whatever it takes. So what do you guys think is the best non-Thunderhawk Lord of War for Blood Angels? So he's thinking it's the Fellblade, but one of our
I'm about to say Mephiston is surely a Lord of War, right?
He will be.
I like the Fellblade. I also like the... Are we talking regular 40K approved, or are we talking just it doesn't even matter?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Approved? I think it is, right?
The Fellblade is. The Glaive's pretty good. It's quite possibly broken in regular games with 40K though. But the Spartan Assault Tank's pretty good. 20 dudes.
Is it a Lord of War? I didn't think it was a Lord.
I think it is. I'll find out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it is. I'm going to go with the Lord of Skulls, the best Blood Angel Lord of War. See what I did there?
I didn't because I had my headset off.
Oh. I just mentioned the corn tank.
Since you're talking about that, Ash commented back. He says Slanesh list comes in at a premium, bro. Yes, a premium that is more well pointed than unfortunately than Corn Berserkers.
Yeah, I mean I think they were thinking.
But ask me how many times I've actually played Power Armor Marines in my chaos list. No, never.
How many times?
I've used
Zero.
Death Guard. I used Death Guard when I needed to take them for the blight drones.
Oh yeah, word.
You have to take some Death Guard to be able to get that flyer.
Yeah, I mean, currently I'm just taking zombies, man. Like it's just so much more point efficient.
Oh yeah, for sure. Zombies are great. So we're actually getting hit up for our Armulus talk from our boy Max DeBlois there in the Great White North, and he's like, man, I got this idea for some flying monstrous creatures for this tournament coming up. I was like, I think Typhus and 70 zombies in there, and I make that list amazing.
That's how you do, man. Typhus and 70 zombies, always good.
Yeah, it's basically it's always good. It never sucks in the course of the game. You might not get a lot done with them, but you'll win the game.
The Spartan is not a Lord of War. The Typhon super heavy version of it is. That has the Dread cannon. Your favorite, Paul. The Strength 10 AP1, Primary 1, 7-inch blast, ignores cover.
Oh, another ignore cover.
Do you say Typhon? Is that the Typhon tank?
Yeah, Typhon heavy siege tank.
I feel like I'm supposed to pay one of those for Stoner Steve.
Does it look like this?
That's it, yes.
Yeah. This thing's a beast.
He is very excited. He is very excited about its rules.
Here we go. Super profile view. Boop, boop, boop.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw in while you guys are going. Danny here just said, "Baller on the budget advice. Use the Spiky Bits play and trade program. I just did, and it's awesome."
Well, thank you.
That's a good endorsement.
Yeah, we definitely try hard on that one. And if there's ever anything you guys are looking for too, don't be afraid to call us in because we can't get to it all every week. There's stuff laying around that we don't even get to for like a week.
I need some Chaos Spawn.
Give Spiky Bits a call. They can tell you.
Yep.
I've got Chaos Spawn. I just buy the Renegade Ogrins or Nurgle Ogrins.
I saw those. Those are so good looking. Oh man.
They do look cool. Remember when you used to run those Demon Princes before they changed the model?
Mine? Oh yeah. Well,
I did
when they got behind a Rhino.
Well, I mean, the older Demon Prince model was about that size, and then they changed the bigger base with the 60 mil base size in the plastic model, which is a lot larger. So I felt like super guilty about trying to run those as a Demon Prince and got rid of them.
So yeah, here's Plague Ogren. So like, here's a Plague Ogren right here. See if I can get this guy. Here's one. Totally looks like a Nurgle spawn.
Yeah,
I've got about 15 of these. Trying to paint them up for a 1,500 point Feast of Blade list.
Spawn. The mutants that pull the War Shrine for the Chaos thing of fantasy.
Yeah, those are pretty good too.
Make good spawn. They're the right size. They look good. The River Trolls or the the Nurgle Trolls, whatever they're called from Forge World, make pretty good spawn.
Yeah, I'm so glad we're talking about Nurgle spawn. Like that's a good choice out of the Chaos Space Marine Codex to Ash. I mean, like I don't know how much Chaos Space Marine love you've been given, but that's an underrated unit. They do really well with some of the 6, especially with like Shroud going off on telepathy now and how efficient sorcerers are from Chaos Space Marines. At least 5 of them find their way to every one of my Chaos Space Marine lists right now.
I like that fast. I think the secret now is a lot of fast-moving, far-reaching units. They win a lot of games. And that's kind of why we've been talking about Legion of the Dam a lot because they've got. I've been thinking about it. I think when you realign your perspective of like the Legion of the Dam are almost like mini Terminators.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are basically.
But with Melta. With Melta
and ignore cover. But
there was a
piece.
And Relentless, so.
I was trying to say there was a guy running them this weekend. I think he had 3 squads of them. Was
Yeah,
that,
yeah, it's Clark, man, it's Clark. Our boy
Clark, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, really solid guy. We've been meeting him at tournaments for years. He's running Eldar with a bunch of Wave Serpents, and he had 3 squads of those guys. I played him in the 3rd round on the first day in the Forge Narrative like Hammer and Anvil Relic mission, and he was able to get in my back line with those Legion of Damn units and really disrupt my Supplement Dreadnoughts. But I was able to keep those 3+ models of Sanctuary up. Was able to actually beat them down with Codias, Rag Grenades, and Scouts with combat blades, while building a Rhino wall around the relic and having Lysander take the relic and just not care about anything.
Yeah, basically, so you're never getting this relic.
Yeah, and so that was a fun game, but he killed all 6 Supplement Dreadnoughts by the end of the game with those squads. And he did what you did.
Definitely see that happening.
Well, he also did what like Paul was talking about. He put Power Fist on the sergeants, so like he came in and shot, and then he was able to like get into combats with my dreadnoughts and hit me with Power Fists.
It's the threat. I mean, I'm thinking that those 3+ invulnerable saves might keep you alive long enough to throw that Power Fist, and I mean, you might wreck some shop.
Yeah.
Steve really wants to know why a Zinch Prince might be more popular than a Nurgle Prince. He said he saw a lot of Zinch Princes at the Bay Area Open.
Wasn't that the shooty thing? And the one up reroll on the save?
I don't know. I don't play that way, so I can't answer that question. Like, I don't know.
What a lot of people will do is they will come on and they'll cast some shooty psychic powers, and then they'll run off the table. They'll use the run move to get off the table. So they're able to come on, do a little damage, and then scoot back out of there again.
Yeah, the Zinch Princes basically have a way of flickering fire off their base strength as well, or something like that. They pick up a couple kill points and then go.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that's pretty dirty. If you I never even thought about it, since you don't have to shoot you don't have to psychic shoot in the shooting phase anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's all the shots.
It's a tactic. I think it's an exploit of the rules, but that is the way the rules work, so that is what it is. But we've also talked about it, the fact that it's very explicit in the rules that you can shoot at something else in the shooting phase. You can blast all your psychic powers or whatever you want, and then shoot your common melter or whatever at somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, especially if you were depending on what chart you roll on, dude. You can roll. You can actually roll multiple charts. You can get your level 3 Psyker. So you already know Flicker Fire. You can take Psychic Shriek and Smite. And you can attempt to cast all 3 of those powers.
That's all very strong.
That's a lot of pain.
And you're also Ballistic Skill 5. So you hit somebody with like 4 AP2 straight 4 shots that hit on 2s. Then you hit somebody with obviously Psychic Shriek if you want. And then you hit somebody with Flicker Fire. I mean, you're shooting a lot of dice at somebody. And then leaving the table. They can't do anything about it. Then you fly back on, do it again, leave the table. They can't do anything about it. So that is absolutely shenanigans. But really, I can see immediately why that's good.
Yep. It is it's completely legit by the rules.
TPM, I got this list of orc stuff here. Did you want to try to hit that up for Jack?
Oh, yeah. We got about 10 minutes left. We got a listener write in with his list of models, saying he's got a tournament coming up. He's out of the UK and wants to know what we kind of suggest doing with the list. So if you kind of want to kind of spit out some of the highlights, we can all kind of talk about what might be the best thing to start putting in the list.
All right, gotcha. I'm going to go kind of quick here so we have time to talk. He hasn't played since 5th edition. I can tell instantly by the models that he has, which is fine. We'll make it work. There is a stipulation in here. He can only have one named character at this tournament, so we can't have multiples. So
I'm going to go and say it's Mad Doc.
Yeah, Mad Dog Rotstick, all the way with 30 boys. He's got War Bosses and Mega Armor Knobs. He's got Pain Boys. He's got Weird Boys, KFFs, only a squad of 3 Mega Armor Knobs, and an assortment of Walking Knobs, as they used to be, 3 Killer Cans, 6 Tank Busters with a knob, 1 Def Dread, 3 Def Copters, 3 Mechs. 80 boys, approximately 20 Storm Boys with a knob, 20 Gretchen, Run Herders, Battle Wagons, Looted Wagons, whatnot. I kind of have an idea of a basis, and then maybe if we want to go from there, luckily it's only 1,500 points. So I was immediately thinking with TPM there, it's like Mad Dog Grotznick with a squad of 30 boys, 30 shooter boys.
He can take formations in his tournament.
Okay.
So is there enough there for a Green Tide?
There is not unless there's only 80.
Oof.
Yep. But I do like there is that one formation I don't see on here if he can have multiple CADs. So multiple CADs, I would say all the way. But if not, to get some extra HQs, you could go the one that allows you to have 3 HQs. If that's a thing, if you can't ally with yourself. But I'm immediately thinking the Pain Boy, the named Pain Boy with a 30-man squad of shooters, a War Boss, or a Pain Boy on a battle or on a bike, and then to give Feel No Pain to 20 for the first turn or two when they don't need to use their jump pack and their run move, but to give Feel No Pain to the 20 Storm Boys that will be screaming forward. And then after that, that's kind of where I'm at. Those are kind of like the two highlights. Obviously, he's got 20 Gretchen. I would say 2 minimal squads of 10 Gretchen to keep in the back with a run herder is fine.
Come on from reserve and get some objectives while they're having to deal with all your business up front.
Yeah. With the models here, I would say that if this is what you have, it's fine. I would make I would also have the 3 Mega Armor knobs in a truck. And then I would... to be honest, I feel like I would make an old school knob unit with not so many points in Power Claws, and I'd put more points in Big Choppas because they've gotten a lot cheaper. Just knobs.
Man, just not having an armor save to speak of and being only toughness 4, the knobs scare me to put all the concentration like that.
Yeah. No, yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, you might be right.
I'm completely with you, but with what we had to work with, I feel like the unit, and maybe even we go really expensive, put them in a battle wagon, and go as many Power Claws as possible. So once you start taking casualties,
he's got the 2 War Bosses. I don't know if you've mentioned the Lucky Stick and the Thinking Cap yet.
Mm-hmm.
That Lucky Stick is out of control.
Yep.
I mean, again, I don't know if he can take double CAD or multi CAD. We should probably not say double CAD anymore. Just all multi CAD. And if he could, or ally in, I don't know if he can ally with himself. I guess you can't. You can't do that.
No, it's just take another CAD.
Yeah, another CAD.
Yeah, because with that, yes, I completely agree. And you take a Mega Armor War Boss with the Lucky Stick with the 3 Mega Armor knobs. I mean, he's got a 2-up rerollable save.
What would you? Okay, if you guys could only pick one of the crazy war gears at this point, would you go with the Lucky Stick or would you go with the Thinking Cap?
Lucky Stick.
Ooh, that's tough. It depends on really what I'm looking for, because you could also, that means because you're a battle forged army and because you get that, so that's 2 rolls, and then the Lucky Stick or the Thinking Cap, that's 3 rolls to make your army infiltrate. From using the strategic command traits, and
if you could infiltrate with 90 boys,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, but you already get 2 rolls. My whole thing is I'll take the 2 rolls, knowing I'll get it sometimes. But I love that stupid piece of war gear.
But if you could, I'm thinking the odds. If you could bank on infiltrating half of your games. With all those work bodies, is that worth it? Is that worth taking over something like Lucky Stick? Just putting it out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's true.
Yeah, it would be a tough call. I just wouldn't put myself in that position, and I would just take both.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we only have 5 minutes left, but I had an orc experience this weekend. I played against the Green Tide this weekend.
Okay.
I played against the full 128 models or whatever it is in that unit or whatever. The whole unit, dude had 3 Gretchen squads. Guy named Jack. I played him before. I played against his Stompa list last tournament, and that was really hard. But was able to defeat him with the Super Friends by killing every orc in his army and not even addressing the Stompa. But this time he was running that War Boss. He was taking a Lucky Stick. He was taking Mad Doc, as we talk about, and he was taking the big mech with the super shield, taking 10 dudes with power claws, the whole big squad, 3 units of Gretchen, and a Dakka Jet. And a Dakka Jet, he changed my mind about it. I think it's still pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually did some work, man. He was able to pick up rhinos pretty easily with it, especially since with that formation, you get the wall every turn. So it gets the extra shots every time it walls. So I was like, and that combination was actually pretty cool. I was playing my Dreadnought list. My Dreadnoughts, my 6 Dreadnoughts on the Sky Shields. Had some strike squads, had this and that, my Lysander, my Storm Raven, and everything. I have 24 models in my army, 24 infantry models. I was able to, and it was kill points. We're playing Forge and Narrative kill points mission. So I was going up against this list in the kill points mission.
No easy kill points is what you're saying.
And I was able to pull it out.
Hit us with it.
Well, I was able to use the Sky Shield and choke him and lure him toward me for a couple turns where he thinks he was going to get up on the Sky Shield and charge me. And then I brought a Rhino in and flat out it on top of the Sky Shield and got my guys out the next turn. So there was no place for him to get up on the Sky Shield. The whole time I'm killing 18 orcs a turn with my Dreadnoughts, myself and my Dreadnoughts. Right?
Now, I have a question. Did hallucinate come into play?
Yeah. That's that tech I was gonna tell you about. I got hallucinate on one of my psychers, and I was like, "Word, here's a tech nobody knows about. It's a focus witch fire. Hit him, roll the 5/6. I pick a character in his unit to receive a strength 3 hit for every other model in this squad."
The best case of hallucinate I've ever heard. Hallucinate.
No, I got
100 string 3 hits.
So I was like, which one of those guys is a kill point if I kill him now? He's like, it's Mad Doc and my Big Mech. I was like, which one has 2 wounds and a 6+ armor save? He's like, my Big Mech. I was like, that guy. he looked at me. He looked at me for a second. He had more than 100 guys.
Roll it out.
And he was like, he's like, yeah, roll it out. And I just started rolling it, dude. I get to where it's 50 wounds. And I was like, you want to start rolling out your lookout stirs and your saves right now? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, we're at 50 wounds. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I'm going to look out stir all of it. Basically throws a 50 dice in the air. And obviously there's a substantial pile of ones. You know what I mean? I was like, word. So now make your 6-up saves followed by your 5-up saves. You know what I'm saying? So turn 1, I got first blood and got a kill point off of that guy. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? Then the Gretchen start piling out of reserves, and myself and my Dreadnought ignore the green tide and just start taking out Gretchen in the backfield. And so we're in the bottom of turn 4, and I'm like, word, the green tide has gotten close enough now. And the Dakka Jet killed enough guys because I was able to not convert on blowing it up that he actually might be able to sneak up on my Sky Shield. So, bottom of turn 4, Lysander steps out of a Storm Raven with 5 scouts and a Rad Grenade Inquisitor and assaults the Green Tide. Saunters out of a Storm Raven.
All back the other way.
All he could find
he's
laying around was 5 scouts. He's like, all right, you boys
They're
are with
like,
me.
Yeah, he's like, yo, we're going. Yo, you realize there's 100 guys there, right? We got this. But I was able to whittle him down and hit him from such an angle that it would take 2 game cycles before Power Claws could bear on me. Especially since I was going to charge in hot with close combat scouts. Hit him with rad grenades, and then I hallucinated him again. I made them -1 attack and -1 weapon skill. So I cleared them out for 2 more turns. Of course, he killed by turn. The game, of course, went to turn 7. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he ended up killing Lysander with 1 billion Power Claw attacks and all the scouts. But by the time he'd done that, I'd scooped up the Dakka Jet, the 3 Gretchen squads, and killed that original guy and won the kill points. So, there you go. In the hardest possible mission to beat Good Green Tide, it's possible to beat them with just a little bit of, forethought on how you're going to hit them, even if you only have 24 models.
That's some good tech because we are going to see the Green Tide. I want to get back to this question real quick about the list. The dude, I know you mentioned this, but he's got 3 Death Copters, and Death Copters are still good with the basically the free upgrade to rocket launchers. Yeah, that's what I would take. I think it's what the model has on it anyway.
That's a great point. I am so endorsing of the Death Copters. Man, I think they're so good.
Yeah. Especially they get scout too, so you can get up kind of close-ish, and then.
Yeah, well, you outflank is I think where it's at.
That's a good call.
But we got some more questions in the queue, but we're out of time. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. We had a bunch of viewers and a bunch of good questions. I really appreciate everybody taking some time out of their night or morning, whatever it is where you're at in the world, to watch us live. And thank you all for listening, watching us on YouTube later. Please subscribe to us if you haven't already. And then we'll be doing this again next Monday. Anybody else got anything they want to add before we get out of here?
Quick shout out to my boy Will Childs. Thank you for finally getting to the Q&A at the last minute.
He's very busy.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining me on the broadcast. Everybody have a good night.
Good night, guys.
All right.